What's going on, everybody? My name is Hydros, and welcome back to some more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And I know it has been quite the hot minute since I've recorded the Dokkan Battle video here on the channel. So if you guys are excited for more Hydros content, make sure to go down there, click that red subscribe button, make sure it says subscribe, click that bell, turn on all those notifications on any future videos, as well as drop a like down below and comment what today's video is going to be about, which is how would you implement a pity system in Dokkan? Would love to know your thoughts and opinions on that, because here today I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on how Dokkan could actually implement a somewhat decent pity system that people would probably be okay with, to where it's not also going to hurt Dokkan to the fact of, you know, they're losing money or anything like that, because that's kind of the whole point. The whole point of a gacha game is to earn money at the end of the day, and obviously they want to continue doing that because Dokkan is, as you know, everyone knows, very, very successful in terms of that market. But so let's get this out of the way first. Dokkan Battle does have a system in place called the coins, where they have the red coins, blue coins, yellow coins, teal coins, all that stuff for the banners that you summon on, and those coins allow you to buy units. The only problem with that is those coins do not allow you to get the unit upon release, so you can't buy the newest, latest, and greatest unit upon the release with your coins. Obviously, the way the system is right now with the coins, that would probably be very, very broken, because if a lot of whales just saved up all their coins, that means they could just wait till the next banner, boom, get 5 copies, and boom, don't even have to summon, don't have to spend any money, boom, there you go, right? So that's kind of where that would pose a problem if they were to actually kind of change the coin system. Now, one alternative that I've seen people suggest, and I thought of as well, is that they could essentially just have the unit in the coins, but only have one purchasable, for example, or make the price a lot higher than normal, which price a lot higher than normal I kind of see kind of backfiring, because I don't think people want to spend more coins just for the one new unit. So I wouldn't consider that one. They could, like I said, they could actually put in the unit just once so people could buy the unit with coins. Same price as they always are, you know, Dokkan Fests being 400, Dokkan Fest LRs being 500, and they could then buy one copy on release, and that was it. Again, the only problem is that means if you're one and done, like you don't care about dupes or anything like that, you're one and done, those people don't essentially have to summon, more or less. So that also kind of poses a little bit of an issue as well. Again, they want you to summon, they want you to buy stones, you know, spend your stones and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I don't see them actually changing the coin system to do that. Again, the best alternative to doing that would be to then add one dupe to where everybody could just buy one dupe. And then if you want dupes for the character overall, you have to summon for it. So that is one way they could do it. I don't see that as kind of the best way. That is kind of like a middle ground kind of way they could do it again. But I don't see that one being plausible. Now, I have suggested some things here. I will actually revise some of the things that I've said, and I will change how I would actually do it. But this was one of my initial concepts for how I would do the pity, would be the banner is used. So it's not relying on the coin system. It's based on the banner itself. So also it does not transfer. Dokkan, as much as everyone will love pity to carry over to another banner, I don't see that happening. I don't see that ever happening. So I'm really never, again, I'm thinking in the ways the devs are, right? I'm not thinking of from the player aspect, because again, players, oh yeah, we want it to carry over. Like, who wouldn't? But in terms of a business, in terms of the developers, I don't see them making it to where it transfers over. That seems like not realistic. Also, the pity, I would make it 2,000 or 2,500, again, dependent on how many stones are spent, right? So there is that, which I know 2,500 and 2,000 seems a lot, but that's equivalent to their coin values, right? So if it's a Dokkan Fest, it's 2,000 for the 400 coins. If it's Dokkan Fest LR, then it's 2,500 stones, or for the 500 coins right out the gate, right? So that is how I would kind of see them structuring the pity system, to where you're having to spend kind of the value of the unit. Now, we can get into the fact that units costing 400, 500, and they're like 4 years old. That's a whole different story. Obviously, yes, I do think that older units as time goes on should be dropped down in like the coin costs. So yes, I do agree with that. That's not what I'm arguing here. I'm talking about brand new units, so 400, 500 respectively, for their costs in the coin shop, being relative to how the pity actually is for the banner. So this is for the main banner unit, by the way. This isn't for the side unit like we had, you know, Gohan and the Goten Trunks, and then we had Piccolo and Pan. The side unit would not be included in this. It would be only the brand new Dokkan Fest or Dokkan Fest LR. Only those speaking currently. And also my thing would be, again, number 2 is 1 copy obtainable. If you summon the unit before pity, you don't get the unit because you've already summoned it. The pity in this regard, the way this concept was that I laid out is the pity unit is for those just to be able to obtain the unit. Either you get lucky and pull it early, or you go 2,000 or 2,500 stones, and then you can actually just outright get the unit on the final one. And then if you want more dupes, you keep summoning. So it's more or less a system to where it gives everybody a chance to, granted, not free-to-play players by any means, but it gives players who like spend money or whales and all that kind of stuff a chance to get the unit within a reasonable amount of stones. Not because I've seen, I mean, we all have heard, like, you know, horror stories of some people, you know, trying to get blue boys and stuff like that back in the day. You know what happened. That was like an incredible shaft, right? So again, that's kind of to mitigate the bad luck, to where if you want the unit, yes, you're probably going to spend a considerable amount of stones. Yes, probably a good amount of money. But at the end of the day, it's a win-win because the developers are getting paid because you're buying your stones, right? And then also you're spending your stones. But then also you're able to get the unit within, in my eyes, a reasonable amount of stones. So that's why I think 2,000, 2,500 is fair. I've seen people throw out costs of like 1,000 stones, 750 stones. I don't see that happening ever in Dokkan. I don't see it ever becoming that low because, yeah, so in terms of the pity, 2,000 stones would be 40 multis respectively, 2,500 would be 50 multis respectively. That is a lot in terms of summons, but is it really? Because if we look at Grand Cross, I know people like to throw Grand Cross in this. Grand Cross, you're actually getting the unit at 900 gems, which is 30 multis, right? So that's 30 multis for the guaranteed Grand Cross unit in their pity system. So if we're, again, structuring it based on how Dokkan has their units valued in the coin system, 40 multis, just 10 extra multis, it's not really a lot. It is a lot to some people. Don't get me wrong, it is a lot to some people. But is it really a lot? Kinda, not really, subjective, really, but either way. Again, it's really just dependent on how you see it and how your, habits on Dokkan really are and how you would actually view this sort of thing. Again, 1,000 stones, even that many is far too generous in my eyes to what Dokkan can do or what Dokkan probably would do. So I don't see even 1,000 stones being the maximum, being realistic. Maybe 1,000 minimum, 1,500 minimum at best, that 1,500 is what I would see happen. But if they're going to do 1,500, why don't they just do the unit cost worth in stones, which is 2,000 or 2,500 respectively for the LR or TUR Dokkan Fest, right? So again, you're getting into, well, if they already did this, they might as well just bump it up a little more to make it to the equal cost of what the units cost, blah, blah, blah. And so there's that. Also, so this is kind of how I laid it out here. You still would get your coins, right? By the way, from your summons, you still would get your coins. You just can't use the coins to buy the unit. You would just outright get the unit upon your 50th summon or whatever the case, right? So I feel like this, again, would be a kind of a uniform system to allow people to get the unit through pity if they went a considerable amount of stones, or they got the unit from summoning and they got it early, so they don't actually need the pity. If they were to actually change, if the character was gotten before the pity, I would say it would change to like a guaranteed Dokkan Fest at that rate. So it's just from all the featured units, it would become just a guaranteed featured from the banner overall instead of for the specific unit. So that's one way they could do it. Now, I've talked with Nolar during a little bit earlier today, and I have a little bit of a better idea of what they could do instead of this system. A different system would be something else. So let me go over that. Let's bring up this real quick. Let's actually just take a look at some of the thoughts and opinions, by the way, of what some people are saying here. So we have Sora, Yoshi Sora. Make it every 10 multis, you're guaranteed a featured character. I would say every 20 multis. If we're going to do this, 110 multis, yeah, that might seem fair. 10 multis, guaranteed featured. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking about it a little more. That actually would be pretty good if they were to do something like that. That'd be at least a pity at some rate. But So every 500 stones, you get a featured unit. Okay, if you spend 1,500 on a single banner, get the new unit. So 1,500 again. That's a very best case scenario. It's still Dokkan Akatsuki. I don't see that happening. You might as well just say, man, you might as well make that 2,000 or 2,500 respectively for the units. Also, like 7 Deadly Sins does 20 multis. I believe this is wrong. Unless they've changed it. Last time I remember playing Grand Cross, it was 30 multis to get the unit, not 20. I think the coin system's good enough. I kind of disagree. So again, my thoughts on the coin system. It's all right. It was cool when it released. So it's like, finally we can get units that we maybe didn't obtain and we were summoning and stuff like that. But again, that's more of a loyalty system. It's not really a pity system, because in terms of that system they currently have for the coins, by the time the unit comes, let's say you don't get the unit at all, but you're saving your 500 coins for the new Dokkan Fest LR that came out. So you're going to wait till it returns. Let's say between 4 to 6 months later, whenever the case is that it returns, right? Because Dokkan has been power creeping, there is the fact that that unit won't be as good as when it released, and there would probably be better things you could use your coins on later on down the road. I mean, there's always going to be better things to use your coins on as we progress further and further, right? That's always going to be the kind of, stepping. We're going to go step up every time we do that. Unless you're a collector. Like, if you're just collecting the units and you're like, oh, I just need this unit, boom, get it. I mean, that's fine. In my eyes, I think the coin system is good overall for collectors who don't care about spending their coins to get units strictly to battle events like Red Zone and all that kind of stuff, and get like the best possible scores, best possible runs, and all that kind of stuff. The coin system definitely is a very casual player, collector player type of system. I don't mind it for that. But in terms of a pity, if you want to do the new events right away, if you want to have the best shot of doing new events that are reliant on the new unit or the new category or the new abilities of the unit, whatever the case is, a pity system is definitely going to be needed, because at the end of the day, those units are going to be outdated by the time they come back around anyway. More than likely. Most of the time they're outdated, right? So that's the thing there. 2,500 stones guaranteed copy. Again, 2,500 stones, I would agree. Yes, guarantees a copy. I would only say once. I wouldn't say multiple times you can do this. I would say once, and then boom, you're done. Literally a free copy of a unit, right? More or less for LRs, I think that would be more. One copy is more than enough. I don't think multiple copies every time is necessary, but it is what it is. That's my opinion. Banners have a stone count with the stone count reached. Yeah, that's kind of like coins, right? Arc, my guy. 750 stones, man. No, they're not that generous, Arc. No, they're not. They're not generous, man. They're not that generous. Stop it. 3,000 stones max. If they went 3,000 stones, again, that's them being super greedy. If they went 3,000, I can understand, because it's a new unit, right? So they want to place the value a little higher because it's new. And, I can understand. It would suck, but I understand why 3,000 probably would be acceptable for them. Again, would we like it? No, we would not. Again, 600 to 1,000 stones. That may seem reasonable to us. Like, we would want that. That doesn't sound reasonable as the developer, to be honest. They don't really care what's reasonable for us. As long as they don't break their wallet to where they're losing money at the end of the day, that's all they care about, realistically. Yeah, they do care about the community for the most part, but at the end of the day, their wallet is what they consider more. So just to let you know. But yeah, again, 500. Again, after 30 multis, once again, okay, Zed, I can never remember how to pronounce your name, my guy. But yeah, I would agree with this. After 30 multis, I would maybe say 40 multis at the max. 30 maybe a little generous, but at the same time, most gachas have 30. So I mean, I would accept 30. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. So yes, I would agree with this. In terms of thinking how Dokkan would probably think, I would think between 30 to 40 multis once only. Or 50, again, within reason, right? So there's that. If you want to check out this Twitter, go to 59 Gaming. Make sure to check out 59 Gaming on Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So, as Nolar and I were talking, let's go ahead and get to the new and improved 2.0 concept that me and Nolar were talking about here. So the new and improved concept for the pity system that Nolar and I talked about was, in terms of how, when you're summoning, how, in Grand Cross, you have that like little meter bar that fills up after you're going along, stuff like that, right? Or you get coins from your summons. So again, I would hate to have this happen because it's just another currency to be added, but bear with me. Let me get this out. The new banner would have a banner currency only, and let's just call it, I don't know, Dokkan coins or Dokkan Fest coins, whatever you want to call it. Dragon coins. They're not the same currency that's in the coins already, right? It's a separate currency entirely for the banner only. So let's just say that real quick. So let's call it let's say I guess instead of calling it coins, let's call the currency balls, right? Let's say you get, let's say you get Dragon Balls instead of your coins for your summon, right? So again, bear with me. This would replace the coins that you get from summoning, but there is a way to get that, where I'm going with this. Just bear with me here real quick. So again, we have a new banner currency for that specific banner that's out. The new Dokkan Fest banner comes out. Let's say we have Beast Gohan, right? I know that's probably gonna get a rise at some people, but just bear with me. Let's say we have a brand new LR Beast Gohan come out on a Dokkan Fest banner, and on that let's just say we have like purple Dragon Balls or something like that as the currency for the banner, whatever the case is, right? So when you summon, instead of getting coins like you normally would, you would get that banner's currency amount. So you would get 10 per multi, right? Let's just say that. So you would get 10, whatever the currency. I'm just gonna call them Dragon Balls. You get 10 Dragon Balls per currency, per summon, per multi summon. 1 Dragon Ball per single summon. So again, it is introducing another new currency, but there is a catch for it. So when you accrue that coins, the new currency from the banner, you would then be able to use that currency in the shop to either exchange it for the coins for that banner at a 1-to-1 rate. So let's say you did 50 multi summons and you have 500 coins. Yeah, 500 coins. Yeah, 50 multis. Oh goodness, math. My brain hurts. Either way. So yeah, let's say you did 50 multis and then you had 500 Dragon Ball currencies for that banner. So in the banner's little shop, you would then be able to use that to exchange for the new unit. So this way you're not able to use the coins, so people can't be cheeky and save their coins for a new banner. So this way you'd use the new currency to outright buy the unit, or if you already pulled the unit and you don't care for a dupe, or you're whale and you don't care for the dupe, you could then take let's say the Dragon Ball currency from the banner and then 1-to-1 exchange it for all your coins that you would have gotten otherwise. So what would happen is you would either be able to exchange your banner currency for the copy that you want to get, or you would exchange it for either coins, maybe you could throw in Kais in there, Sleepy Kais, something like that. You could throw stuff like that in there, right? So that's what the banner currency would be. It would be a currency strictly obtainable from that banner that you could obtain the unit from that banner with. You could obtain Kais, Sleepy Kais, or you could 1-to-1 exchange them for red coins. So the way this concept is actually working out in my head is because My Hero Ultra Impact, the new My Hero game from Bandai, their pity system is kind of like that. So when you summon on a banner, you get points, and that points allows you to actually go into the banner's the exchange shop for the banner itself, and you can exchange your points for the new unit, the new memory, shards for the unit, gold for currency, or you can exchange it for stars, whatever the case is, for the game, right? So that's kind of my line of thinking, is I'm taking kind of like the aspect from Ultra Impact because it is a Bandai game. If anyone's played Ultra Impact, you know what I'm talking about in terms of like the little banner system there. But yeah, again, it would be like your when you're summoning on let's just call it banner points. Instead of calling it a currency, let's just call it banner points. So yeah, you could either think of it as a meter, or it could be a currency in itself, banner points. So if it's a currency, the banner would have its own little exchange shop that you could go into. Now, again, I would still say you can only buy 1 copy of the new unit, and this is up for debate. I would say if you've pulled the unit, you can't buy the character, because actually Ultra Impact used to do that before they added a dupe system. But because dupes are a thing, because all of that, I would say you would still be able to obtain that 1 copy even if you've pulled the character. So I would still say, yeah, you could still buy the 1 copy even if you've already pulled the character. So that's kind of where I'm going. I'll go with that. So you can either buy the unit 1 time with your banner points, or you could take all your banner points, exchange them for red coins, blue coins, whatever the coin is for that banner, right? Exchange them 1-to-1. So if you had 500 banner points, 500 coins as you would have already gotten, right? Because it's 1-to-1. Or you take the gold, or you could take, or Zenny rather, or you could take Kais if you want some Kais. Again, the currency exchange would be here and or there, but that's kind of like the banner point system that I would be thinking of. Like they could add a little bit extra little things in there that if you could use your points on instead of using it to like just get your red coins. So there is that. Obviously, I think red coins would probably be the go-to, I guess, unless you actually desperately need Kais. But that's kind of like what me and Nalar were talking about earlier, is a system like that, to where it's a banner point system. The more you summon, again, every time you summon a multi-summon, you get 10 points. If you do a single summon, you get 1 point. So you accrue the banner points, and then the banner exchange shop, for the banner specifically, you would take those points. You're allowed to buy 1 copy of the unit only. That's it, one time only, whether you've pulled it or not. If you've pulled it, cool, you can buy a dupe. If you haven't pulled the unit, you can purchase the unit outright, get the brand new unit. And then also, you can, if you've already gotten the unit and you, for some reason, want to buy Kais, you can do that, or you can exchange it for red coins or whatever coin is for that banner. That's kind of the system that I would implement. I think that would still allow Dokkan to make money, because you're still having to summon, and you can't cheekily use your red coins and stockpile them for a banner that you're waiting for. So you still have to summon in order to get the new unit. So, but it's either you're really lucky and get the unit early, or you happen to get a bad luck streak and then you can buy the unit with your banner points, and so on and so forth, right? Or you could exchange it for red coins, and boom, it's like nothing changed, right? So that's kind of my thought and opinion. I was kind of rambling. I was kind of like all over the place. I apologize for that. So, you know, it's kind of like an impromptu video. I just wanted to do it, just kind of get my thoughts on out there on how I would implement a pity system into Dokkan. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. How would you do it? Let us know on 59 Gaming as well, or comment down below, leave a like. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.